Hi, I'm Dara. I was thinking today about how, when somebody does something horrible to you or to somebody that you love and you're just like flabbergasted by it, you completely can't understand how somebody could do something like that and you're completely confused. And it like takes you an extra long time to get closure, or it takes you an extra long time to wrap your head around that somebody did something like that to you. There must be a justification for it. There must be something, 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 something. And there isn't always. Usually, people have this weird thing where they think that other people deep down are just like them. So, like, if they are super duper insecure, right? They will look at other things of other people and they will feel insecure with like looking at other people. They'll find, oh, excuse me, sorry. They'll find the thing that they're insecure about on other people and they'll dislike it. They'll get jealous, they'll get upset. But really the reason they're upset is because they feel insecure. They genuinely believe also that other people deep down feel the same way they do. So when they are judging someone else for having something that they're jealous of or something that they wish they had, they feel justified in being awful and ugly about it because they think that other people feel the same way that they do. They're just good at hiding it. So, like a psychopath will be absolutely horrible and ugly on the inside, and then they will genuinely deep down believe that other people deep down are exactly the way they are, just really good at hiding it. So they will think that someone is being fake when they're being nice to them. If they are deep down a gossiper, they will believe and suspect other people of gossiping about them behind their back because that's what they do to other people. And then that in turn makes them feel justified in talking shit on that person behind their back because, well, they do it too. Even if they don't, even if they have no proof of that. So, like a cheater in a relationship, if somebody's cheating on you and they treat you like a cheater, it's the same reason. It's because deep down we all think that other people are exactly the way we are. An empath, a super kind, warm, giving person, will kind of expect that from other people as well. We kind of tend to think that that's a baseline. We think everybody else is exactly the same deep down. So we'll look for the best in other people even if we don't have any proof of that. If somebody deep down is a gossiper, they will assume that other people are gossiping about them behind their back even if they have no proof of that. If somebody's a cheater, they will assume that other people are cheating on them even if they have no proof of that. If somebody's an empath and super I wonder what's another word for that, but like a super giving person, or a super warm person. If somebody's just genuinely like a warm person, they will assume that deep down other people are the same way. And even if they get with a toxic person who is not like that at all, they will stick around longer and they'll put up with more junk and mistreatment because they genuinely believe deep down that that person is as kind-hearted and capable of the same goodness as they are. This is why we get trapped in toxic relationships, because one of us is assuming that the other one is exactly the way we are. One is kind and loving and caring, and one is selfish, manipulating, and conniving. And each one is assuming that the other one is the same way when they're not. One of them's down here and assuming that the other one's down here, and they never have been. They will find evidence of that. They will accuse them of all kinds of stuff. If you've ever been in a toxic relationship with somebody who's cheating, you'll know what this is like. They will accuse you. They will find anything. You were in the bathroom too long. You were showering too long. Why did you take your phone in the shower with you? Why was your charger moved to the left today? Whatever it is, it's always something. And it doesn't matter how small it is. They will pick and pick and pick the tiniest baseline things to torment you about, because again, they're assuming that you are the same way they are. And a part of the reason that we do this is to justify our own actions. If we are an empath, I keep using that term because I don't know what else to use, like, but like a highly giving person, a highly warm person, whatever, is we will assume and will stay and put up with a bunch of junk because we'll assume deep down that they are the same way we are. The cheater does the same thing. I guess I lost my train of thought there for a second. But anyways, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. Something I learned and am making sense of, you know? So like that's why, oh right, that's why we stay in toxic relationships for so long. Because one is assuming that if they put up with enough, if they just show this person how much they love them, all the they thems is getting so confusing. So if person one is a good stand-up person, I almost said B, person two is a piece of garbage, then person one will stay and put up with all kinds of junk from person two because deep down they think that that person is just like them, but they're not. And so this person will do the same thing to them, and this person will think that the more I show them, if I can just show them enough, they'll show me that kind that's like me. But they don't have that. I made another video not too long ago of how people will never mind, I lost my train of thought again. ADHD. Anyways, that's my video for today, I guess. That's something that got brought up today, so I figured I'd explain it. It was something new for my cousin, so I will explain it. Maybe it's something new for you guys. I learned it after an 8-year abusive relationship that was just super messy the whole way through, and it's nobody's exact fault, and I'm coming to the conclusion that I'm coming to the realization that it's not all on one person. It's easy to blame the abuser for all of it and everything, and try to stay angry at them. And for a little while when you're first getting out, that's a good thing to kind of stay angry, to kind of protect yourself and make sure you don't go back or don't make a stupid decision. But after a while, it is safe for you to, after you've done some healing and some self-work, it is kind of inevitable that you will start to understand a bit more deeply what it is that they were going through, especially if you start to understand that hurt people. You know, we all hear that so much, it's kind of like a cliche now, but it's very true. Hurt people who do not heal will continue to hurt other people. And for an empath specifically, if you are with a toxic person and you are an empath, when you start to hear the excuses or the reasons that they have or make up for doing to you what they've done to you, it kind of at first can be, it can be like it's just like a tipping point. It can be another reason for you to stay, kind of like another nail in your coffin a little bit. Like it can be a persuasion for you to stay. That's what they're intending it to be, but it can work if you are used to, again, seeking yourself in other people. That's what the other video was about. How we perceive what we are capable of. If another person is constantly cheating and accusing you of cheating and treating you poorly, it's because that's what they're capable of. It's because that's what they have inside them at the moment. It's because that's what they are not deserving of, but it's what they attract to themselves. So they feel justified in giving that to you because they want to bring you to where they are so that you can be with them, because you have to be, when you're with someone, you have to be on somewhat of a level playing field. And if one person is up here morally, this one's going to try to, they're not going to be able to reach up. They're going to have to freaking knock you down, send daggers and knock you down and down and down until you're on their level enough to be with them or stay with them or think that you deserve to be with them. This is why they knock down your sense of self. They knock down your self-esteem because theirs is so low. They knock down your confidence because theirs is so low. They'll attack your finances because they have a sense of no control, so they want to take your sense of control. But this is why they do it. They do it because that's what they're capable of, and they will try to bring you down, which is also the beautiful way you understand that you are capable of more and you deserve more, because you are doing the same thing, but on the opposite. You're trying to cast that rope down so that they can climb it. And even if they continue to refuse to climb, and they don't want to climb with you, you're going to keep going because that's your only direction. You want to be surrounded by helpful, peaceful, truthful people because that's what's right. That's what you deserve. That's what it should be. That's what we all aim for. Not we all, but a lot of us. That's what a lot of us aim for. And so if you are the one in the relationship who's wishing that your partner would step up, it's because you are capable of more. And just like they don't really have a right to be throwing daggers at you to try to knock you down to their level, you don't really have a right to be throwing a rope down, or especially not if you are putting yourself down there to a point where you are down there with them. Like, back to the cheating. If somebody thinks that you're cheating and they're cheating on you, right? If you find out somebody's cheating and you try to cheat back to hurt them, right? You are getting down there. You weren't down there before when you were getting cheated on, but the pain matched theirs. They were able to hurt you as badly as they were hurt, and so you drop yourself down to that level, even just for a little bit. This is why when people, and it's hard to get out of there. It's hard to get out of there because when you are naturally up here and you do something, you know how they say, God makes an example out of his children. You know, when other people are doing something and then you try to do something and you instantly get in trouble for it. They've been doing it for 10 years, getting away with it, no trouble at all. You did it one time and you got caught and punished to the full extent. But it's because you knew the damage. They are so blinded and they are so busy justifying that they have blinded themselves to the point they can't even see. They're not looking at it. They're not interested in it. But you are. You know the pain. You see the pain. You feel the pain. You understand the pain. And you know the consequences of what you're doing. And that's why when you dip back down into that pit with these people, it's harder for you to climb out because you then have to deal with the guilt that they don't deal with. They don't deal with the guilt because, like I said, deep down, they think everybody else is exactly like them. So they don't deal with the guilt. They block it out. They get rid of it. That's why no matter how much you explain to them how badly they hurt you, they're just going to be getting talked up like a Yelp review the whole time. Because that's what they were trying to do. That's what they were trying to do. So if you're explaining to them, oh, you hurt me so bad, they're not feeling guilt. You're giving them like a financial statement of like a rundown of everything, top to bottom. This is what worked. This is what didn't work. This is what hurt me the most, and then they're taking that as a win because that's what they were trying to do. So Interesting. Interesting. I think that's all for this one. I still haven't come up with an intro or an outro. Anyways, I hope that helps. I hope that makes sense to somebody, and I hope, honestly, this channel is kind of for people who are leaving toxic situations or starting to develop their own moral maturity, emotional maturity. When people are becoming more emotionally aware, I hope they land here, because that's what I've been trying to do for the last 3 years, steadily, and I've made strides. And I now see the mistakes that I was making as a younger person, and now here I am. I was always the one. I have a younger stepsister, and everything that she went through, I went through first. It was ridiculous. Like, not everything, but a lot of things. Anything, like, I would do something, and then immediately after, she would go through that same thing. So she would call me and be like, hey, what did you do? How did you do this? How did you get that's me. That's who I am as a person. I've accepted that. I'm okay with it. And so I'm your big sister now. Okay, I love you. Bye. Boom. It didn't work. Whatever, bye.